Welcome students. My name is Ajay Sahu. Let us let's start the story of the portrait of a lady. This story written by Sukhwant Singh. In this story, the author is reciting his own story. By this story, he is sharing his moments that he passed in his childhood. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled for the 20 years that I had known her. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband. But that was hard to believe. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. He wore a big turban and loose fitting clothes. His long white beard covered the best part of his chest, and he looked at least 100 years old. He did not look the sort of person who would have a wife or children. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. As for my grandmother being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child that seemed quite absurd and undignified on her part, that we treated it like the fables of the prophets she used to tell us. Let's start the explanation. The author talks about his grandmother. He had known her for the past 20 years and she had always been old and wrinkled. He was told that she was once young and pretty and had a husband. His grandfather's portrait hung on the wall, in which he wore loose fitted clothes, a turban, and had a long white colored beard that reached his chest. He also appeared very old, and the author thought that he was someone who could have many grandchildren, but not a wife or children. The author could never imagine that once his grandmother was young and pretty, she could not connect to this idea. She used to tell him and his cousins about her childhood memories, like the games that she used to play as a child. They found this story illogical and disrespectful because it was beyond their imagination to think that grandmother was once a child and played such games. They thought that her life story were like the other moral stories which she used to tell them. She had always been short and fat and slightly bent. Her face was a crisscross of wrinkles running from everywhere to everywhere. No, we were certain she had always been as we had known her, old, so terribly old that she could not have grown older, and had stayed at the same age for 20 years. She could never have been pretty, but she was always beautiful. She hobbled about the house in spotless white, with one hand resting on her waist to balance her stop and the other tailing the beads of her rosary. Her silver locks were scattered untidily over the pale, puckered face, and her lips constantly moved in inaudible prayer. Yes, she was beautiful. She was like the winter landscape in the mountains, an expanse of pure white serenity, breathing peace and contentment. This paragraph explanation is here. The author is saying that his grandmother was short, fat, slightly bent in posture, and her face had lots of wrinkles. She seemed so old, and she had been the same for the past 20 years. According to the author, she was beautiful but not pretty. She walked around the house in the awkward way, wearing spotless white clothes with beads of the rosary hanging from one hand and the other hand rested on her back for support. She had silver colored hair which was not neatly combed and was disorganized. She was constantly chanting prayer. Her compares her to he compares her to the winter landscape in the mountains, which has a peaceful and calm feel. She was a live example of pure white peace emanating entity. entity. Now the third paragraph. My grandmother and I my grandmother and I were good friends. My parents left me with her when they went to live in the city and we were constantly together. She used to wake me up in the morning and get me ready for school. She said her morning prayer in the monotonous sing song while she bathed and dressed me in the hope that I would listen and get to know it by heart. I listened because I loved her. I loved her voice, but never bothered to learn it. Then she would fetch my wooden slate, which she had already washed and plastered with yellow chalk, a tiny earthen ink pot, and a red pen, tie them all in a bundle, and hand it to me after a breakfast of a thick stale chapati with a little butter and sugar spread on it. We went to school. She carried several stale chapatis with her for the village dogs. Okay, in this paragraph, the author is describing about his childhood, that how he is spending his childhood, that how he about in this paragraph the author is explaining about the characteristic of his grandmother. The author lived with her in the village. They were good friends. His parents left him with his parents left him with her to settle in the city. The author grandmother used to wake him up in the every morning and get him ready for school. She would recite her morning prayers while she bathed and dressed him up, and he loved her voice but would not try to memorize a word of what she spoke. She would make his things ready like a wooden slate, a tiny earthen ink pot, and a red pen. He would eat a thick stale chapati with butter and sugar spread on it. They both used to walk to school, and his grandmother carried stale chapatis with her to feed the village dogs.